Yo, what's up everybody? It's Jesse from Jesse's Garage. Today, we're not working on our Z. We're actually looking at the new Nissan Z that's scheduled to be released later on this year. Obviously, they had this driver media test event over in Las Vegas here recently. Oh, if you want your official J Garage Z32 300ZX shirt, make sure to hit the links down below.
For the official media drive event of this car right here, what was on the 240 and the 260 and the 280. And I think they did a masterful job.
So right here, he's already talking about that, the retro style design. I mean, you can see it in the front end of this car. Goes back to like the original Z cars, 240, 280. Z, those headlights, the headlights are always very unique to these cars. And Nissan, if you don't know, like the 300ZX is groundbreaking on their headlight design and technology that they put into these. So it's kind of cool, like the headlights actually, you know, taking a nod back to the original, kind of like a little wink at collectors, people that know.
Now what I love about the new Z, no fake vents. Coming across the front grille, this has been one of those debating points.
All right, so this front grille, when I first saw this car, I wasn't 100% sure. The first prototype pictures, that yellow car, I don't think I liked it. I think I thought it was pretty ugly. They did tweak it a little bit, and this is what the production model is going to look like. I think I like it. I want to see it in person. You guys know, if you go see a car in person, I do it all the time when I go look at stuff. Like I'll just look at like R32 Skylines. You see them online all the time or whatever. And then I'll look at one in person and I'll be like, damn, like this is why I love this car. Like it gives you that feeling that just seeing it online doesn't do. And I think that's what's going to happen when we start to see these little things that we think are quirky right now, are you're actually going to make the car. And it's going to be pretty cool to see. So I don't know, comment down below, what do you guys think of the front design? It's different for sure, so I think that's good. I think different's good.
It's one of those things that when you see it in person, it makes sense. I like the way the top portion extends.
Yeah,
out.
like he just said,
did a great
when you
job
see it in
with this
person,
gunmetal gray
it makes sense. It looks better. I think that's going to be the
top half,
the thing
bottom
on
half,
this whole deal.
Flat of wheel and tire goodness. So you're going to get these 19-inch raised wheels. They are forged. How do I know? Because it says it right there. The proof is in the eating of the pudding.
All right, so cool. We got 19s on this Z. We're going with the raised wheels again, same as, you know, the previous Z, the sweet wheels on that. I actually really like the 370Z Ray wheels. I like them more than these ones, but hey, you know what, got to change it up. Can't just keep using the same thing. Yes, forged wheels, it says it on there. Then we can see we got the Akabo brakes on this. Same thing, Nissan just using the parts that they already have. Put it on a new car. Love it. A wheel and tire combo. Just like an updated version of what's on the 370Z.
LED on the turn signals, and you get standard the two-tone. So you have your black roof.
All right, awesome profile of that car. It reminds me of the 370Z. The slant down with that rear quarter window really just winks 370 to me. I love those door handles. They look super sleek and awesome. And then of course the two-tone. I've got two-tone on my 240 black with the red body. They're doing the same thing here. And that was cool that the lights on the mirrors have the little LED flashers on there, kind of taking what the enthusiasts are doing and then put it on the production model car. All right, now we're on the
new Nissan badge, and then of course just a little bit of gloss black with the Z badge. And I love the way they replicated the lights of the Z32 Nissan 300ZX.
All right, so this is like my favorite part of this car. I love the back end of this car. That rear bumper is awesome with the black insert where the license plate at, with the two exhaust on the 300ZX tail lights. Style tail lights are awesome. It's got a nice clean rear end, your new Nissan logo back there, and of course the Z. I really like this little spoiler that's on here. It's just perfect. And if you look up to the top coming off the roof line, it's got that roof spoiler coming off there too. So I love the back end of this car. I love the back end of this car more than the front of this car. I really like the back end of this car. It's awesome. And it just goes back. Kind of reminds me of the 300ZX, just like you said, but like way cool.
Nice slash cut oval shape with the nice decorative holes drilled out to really give it that extra style. You can get extra Nismo parts like a catback exhaust, but why don't we go ahead?
It's kind of funny. I don't think this guy knows a lot about Nissans or probably like Z Heritage. He said he likes the 300ZX, which who doesn't like the 300ZX? But it's so funny when like, oh, you can get a Nismo catback exhaust. Like, dude, there's gonna be Nismo, Reddy, Tomy, like there's gonna be 10 different catback exhausts for this. So, but that exhaust that comes on there is pretty cool. All those little drilled exhaust tips are pretty sweet. And hey, guess what? This has a real exhaust tips, not that stupid plastic little silver ring that just has the exhaust go to it. Like, see on some cars, Honda, I'm kind of looking at you, but you're not the only perpetrator that does that. There's like a bunch of new cars. They're kind of like whatever cars that do that, but I like fake exhaust tips. They're lame.
Got the hood open. You do have a prop rod, which I am going to zonk, especially because the Camaro doesn't have a prop rod. It's got high.
Am I crazy thinking that he's comparing this to the Camaro is a little silly?
Pleasure for the eyes. You have this massive strut tower brace as thick as a steel girder.
All right, so you get your strut tower brace. It looks very similar to the 350, 370Z underneath the hood. The cool thing about this engine, the VR30, it's not a brand new engine. Nissan's been using it for like the past 6 years, so it's got a lot of the bugs worked out. I hope we'll be able to just like get in this car and not see a lot of problems on down the road, like with Series 1 300ZXs and early 350Zs, where they had problems with the engine because they were brand new engines and brand new designs, and then they get better as further releases go. But this one's already 6 years into production, been in the GTR, been in the Q50, been in the Q60. So I think Nissan's got a good formula for a car here. They've got a lot of parts that they know already work, and I think I sort of put it in a new car. So Danny Z, your boy Danny Z, if you don't know him, he put one of these engines in a 350Z.
They said we weren't gonna do it. They said we weren't gonna do it. So we did it.
And then, what is that? Nori TM, he put one of these engines in a 370Z.
You're gonna need what salesman slap. Oh God, am I zoomed in? There we go. Look at that, dude. All right, so you guys are gonna obviously need a VR30 engine. I was lucky enough to get mine for $1,400. It came with the complete wiring harness, turbos, ECU, which is tucked over here, kind of in the OEM-ish spot for Q60s and 50s.
So, and then Nissan just basically took, like I said before, what enthusiasts are doing in the real world and then put it into production. So they already have all those parts, put it into a new production car. We get a bomb new Z car that looks amazing.
Guys, we're inside this beautiful blue, seductive 2023 Nissan Z.
What do you guys think about this interior? I actually like it. I don't necessarily love like blue, but I just love the option that they're gonna make it so you can have different two-tone interiors, which is really cool.
They did an excellent job. Look at the blue interior. Wonderful leather. Alcantara matches the exterior very nicely.
This is obviously the upper trim. I'm gonna see what the like base trim is gonna look like, just to see what that interior is like. I'm gonna imagine that's just all black. Kind of cool. Hopefully those door handles, those armrests hold up a little bit more than like the 350, 370 with it's all plastic and gets chipped and nicked up pretty quickly. Hopefully these hold up a little bit. You got your same style air vent in the door, and the door handle is like the 350, 370. So there you go. And you got a water bottle holder in the door and a door pocket. So cool.
Feel. And when you go performance spec, you are getting the Bose sound system. Now, when you go from the door panel to the dash, soft touch material, you'll see how they brought the blue into the interior, not only up top, but on the sides as well. We got our analog classic triple gauges up there.
I love those triple gauges that they put in the Zs. I really wish they would have had something like that in the Z32, but they don't, and I'm not adding any gauges into the interior of my car because I really don't like what aftermarket gauges look like inside a car. That's why I appreciate when manufacturers do this.
Working your way down, we got 9 inches. 9 inches of pure visual pleasure. If you compare this to the Camaro,
so I'm not going to compare this to the Camaro. I'm going to compare this to the 370Z because I feel like that's a better comparison of what we're going to get from new versus the previous. New infotainment center. The infotainment system on the 370Z was like, oh my gosh, how like from 2009 what to 2022, so like 12 years old infotainment system on the 370Z. So I know everybody was screaming for a new one, and then people are putting iPads in their dashes or whatever that they do to get to like an upgraded system. So it's nice to see Nissan doing this and having the new system. If you've been on any new Nissan car, they all have this in different places, and it works pretty good. I've driven around a new Altima for a while and it was cool. So
you got your different modes, sport and standard. I'll show you that when you come over to the business end. Start, stop button, and you see this weird shaped thing? This is your electric shifter for the all new 9-speed automatic.
So 9-speed automatic, that's where the shifter's at. Looks a little, I don't know. They could have went with the knob, or they could have went with that. I mean, I feel like all the auto manufacturers are trying to figure out what to do with the automatic gear selector now. We've seen like a lot of variants of different stuff. Honestly, this is the first time I've seen something that looks like this. So this is a new one. Probably try to get that like hand feels familiar, like you're selecting it into gear versus turning a knob. I'm glad that Nissan's offering the manual. If I was to buy this car, I would get the manual, but I can't knock on anybody for getting the automatic because sometimes you just want to cruise and not have to be shifting all the time. I get you, I feel you. It's all right.
Good old-fashioned mechanical e-brake. I wish that they would have taken the blue and put.
I do like the fact that they have a mechanical e-brake still. It just feels right. I love it. Don't get rid of it. It's kind of just like the manual transmission. Like you just need something to grab. I don't want to push a button to have my e-brake on. If I want to drive all whatever car, this is about the feeling of the car and being engaged with the car, and that's just engaging in the car. If I want to drive something with like an automatic e-brake and an automatic everything and the car just drives itself, I'll buy a different car. This is not what that car is supposed to be. So I appreciate Nissan, and I hope that's like their thinking behind it.
It would have been a nice touch to do blue stitching around, since we have the blue interior, but you got the Z badge, just a little bit of gloss.
Steering wheel looks awesome. That's like the new Nissan steering wheel with that little center console, or that center aluminum piece there. Looks good. I love the Z badge in the middle. Hopefully these new Z badges won't chip up like the 350, 370 ones did.
And then look at that dash. 12.3 inches of visual goodness. On the left, you got different gauges you could scroll through. On the right, you have engine oil temp, water temp.
So this is awesome. I love all the gauges that are on there. You can monitor all your stuff. But this digital dash looks awesome. Water temp, oil, I mean differential temp, that's awesome. Transmission oil temperature for automatic transmission, engine oil temperature, boost, and then of course your tachometer, and then your speed up there in the corner.
You got, of course, your transmission and your diff, and then watch this. If you want something a little bit more mundane and simplified, you could go into normal.
That's
Boom.
awesome.
How about you want something maybe a little bit different from that? Maybe you want enhanced. But so that really shows the work that they did to make this very specific. I'm staying in sport because that's just how I roll. Guys, time to get in that cargo area. What I love is Nissan has hidden the button. It's actually underneath the SS.
So it's pretty funny. When I had my 350Z, like I didn't find the little hidden button there for like till almost I got rid of it before we moved down here to Florida. It was like, oh, there's a way to pop the hood without the key fobs, or pop the hatch without the key fob. It's right there. So it's got a little hidden button again. Keep it nice and clean.
All this interior space. You could even see the strut tower brace for your rear shock absorber mounts to stiffen up the back, just like we stiffened.
I don't think that's where the rear shock absorbers are at. Pretty sure they're under where it, what those big plastic pieces are. But still, noticing that Nissan got rid of that brace that went across there because it ate up a lot of room in the back of the car. So it's kind of cool. It makes a little bit more room in the back. You can get all your groceries in there. You can get all your golf bags in there. Maybe you can fit 3 golf bags in there now, because it's pretty funny on like, at least on the 350, if you pop the hatch and then you look up top, there was like instructions on how to fit 2 golf bags in the back of your 350Z. So it's a few things got me like scratching my head. The fact that they just call it the Z Like I know they can't go with the engine displacement, but I mean, what's next after this for later on down the line? I just don't want this car to be the, the end of the Z, because it's like the Z, boom, the end. Or it'd be like Z electric or whatever, you know. But and they go flashback to all the stuff in the past, kind of, you know, makes me think like, is this the last one? Is this the last one we're doing?